awesome. So Fate Strange Fake, I just saw an announcement for Fate Strange Fake. But Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, I am Gilgamesh from the Fate series. In Code Geass, you can hear me as Lee Shinkai. And Bleach, you can hear me as Green Joe Jagger. I'm so stoked about that one. Let's see, Blue Exorcist, Arthur Auguste Angel. Kill a Kill, I am Senketz in Kill a Kill. If anybody likes that show, it's a great one. Love that show. And a lot of One Piece. One Piece just got this massive wave of popularity, and I play a fake Sanji, Duval. Yeah, fake Sanji in One Piece. Let me see here. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you can hear me as the narrator for the entire franchise. So every season you will hear me. Bungo Stray Dogs, any Bungo fans? Awesome. I am Oda Sanosuke. And then in Hunter x Hunter, I'm Finks. And then let's see, Cells at Work, I am Memory Cell. And then this big one is Jujutsu Kaisen. I am Kento Nanami in Jujutsu Kaisen. Thank you. And then for video games, you've heard me in a lot of video games. Some of the main ones are going to be Castlevania as Richter Belmont. One of my favorites is Martial Law in the Tekken series. T-Hawk in the Street Fighter series. I am also, let's see, Robin in the Fire Emblem franchise, which is also in Super Smash Brothers, as well as Richter Belmont in Super Smash Brothers. And then Blaze Blue, any Blaze Blue fans out there? Awesome. So yeah, I'm Jin Kisaragi and Hakumen in the Blaze Blue series. So,
David, I got a question.
I got an answer.
Which Street Fighter were you T-Hawk in?
4.
I would
Super Street Fighter 4, I think it was, and then a few more. Yeah.
Do you remember the game Time Crisis 4? Because you played that.
Yes, Time Crisis 4, Giorgio Bruno, right?
What was it like working with Travis Willingham on that?
Oh, he's a great guy. He's super cool. He's really tall. He's like 10 feet tall, but he's like a super cool dude. He's really one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Yeah.
You were the gay-sounding robot from the Victory in the anime, weren't you?
He was the fabulous robot, Anonita in Hyperdimension Neptunia. Yes, absolutely. So I have been in this industry for 20 years now, and I love this industry. It's something that I will do hopefully until the day I die. But it's something that I've just really enjoyed. This is probably for me the best part of this entire job is getting to come to conventions and getting to just meet people, see people that I've met 3 years ago, see people that I've worked with. And then purposefully, not remember. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm never gonna let that one go, Marvin. But no. But seriously, it's like coming home to family and then just meeting more new friends. So I just love this. To me, it's very special to me. The anime that I get to work on is very special to me. I really do bond with these characters. I bond with the shows. I bond with the games. It's very important to me. So. What this panel is, this is a panel that I love to do. It's not a highly structured panel, but I like to do this because this is fun, because I get to torture people, which is really what we're here to do. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've taught voice acting over the years. So I've directed. I directed the Hunter x Hunter movie. I directed a number of different anime franchises. So I have a lot of experience with directing, and one of my favorite things to do is to what I call play, and we play together to really find a voice for you. So I'm going to take you through the process of what that looks like, and what we'll do is I'll start off. We'll do just a quick Q&A because I think we only have an hour, and so the hour will go by very quickly. But we'll start off with a quick Q&A to make sure that I can answer some questions that anybody has about voice acting. Maybe who here is interested in voice acting? Yeah, maybe want to try getting into it, right? One thing that I'll tell you is that you absolutely can do it, right? There's more opportunity now than there ever has been. You don't have to, when I first started out, you had to be in New York, you had to be in LA. That was it. That was the opportunity to be able to do this, and there was a very finite amount of projects that you could audition for. With the advent of the internet and YouTube and all this other stuff, it is so huge, the opportunity. So everybody that raised their hands, I would encourage you, be smart about it, but go for it, okay? The water's fine, come on in. So what we'll do is we'll do a short Q&A in the beginning, and then what I have up here is I've got these lovely scripts that I bring, and I'm gonna call one volunteer who is going to pick the participants, and we'll call up 2 people at a time. Forgive me, I mean no offense if I misgender anybody. Typically what we do is a male voice and a female voice. So it doesn't matter who you are, whatever you identify as, but we will go with a male and female voice. Bring you guys up, and then I'm gonna give you the scripts. You've got about 30 seconds to look at the script, and then we're gonna go, right? And I'm going to take you through the scripts, and I want to see you do it your way first, then you're going to do it my way, right? And my way is fun. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through some nonverbal voice acting cues, which is the nonverbal stuff, all that stuff that brings these characters to life, right? Because a lot of times you think about all of the words that we say, but the reality is there's a whole lot more to it than just reciting words. Then, the most important part that I am going to do to you is I'm going to kill you. Yeah? Because every voice actor has to have a good death yell. And so what we're gonna do is I'll take you through different scenarios and we're gonna kill you off in very fun ways. Does that sound good? Awesome. Okay, why don't we start off with a couple of questions? Any questions? I saw lots of hands. You had with the hat there. You had your hand up there.
I got a really silly question. So you did say, they're going for a male and female voice. What if it's like the scenario where someone that is a female does a male voice and a female does a male voice, just for funsies?
Totally fine with me. Doesn't matter. We're here to have fun, right? I'm going to teach you some stuff, right? And we're going to have a little competition doing this. But the point is that we're here to have a good time. So there's no hard rules. Yeah.
I have a question. When doing a demo reel, do you have any suggestions or how to do a demo reel?
I have great suggestions on how to do a demo reel. So demo reels, for everybody here who aren't aware, a demo reel is it's basically like your audio resume of what you have done. And what that is you, it's a 1 minute long clip, and you just do a collage of all of the voices that you do. And there are typically a commercial, a commercial reel, you have, a animation reel, a video game reel, and you can splice it up that way. But what it is it's a very fast montage of all of the different voices that you do. And what you want to do is you want to start off and make it fast. There's a website called Voice Bank, and I believe they sold that company, and Voices 123 maybe bought it. And so you may want to go in and Google it. The voicebank.net used to have, and they should still have it, but literally every major voiceover agency in America, and in North America I should say, and every demo reel of every represented voice actor. And you can go in there and listen to what they do and then format your demo reel based on that. Great question, yeah.
What kind of microphone would you recommend for someone who's trying to really start out? Because I've been using a Blue Yeti and I feel like it's insufficient. So.
The Blue Yeti, yeah, it's probably outdated at this point, but that's what I was using. That's what I was using before the pandemic. Now I think it's a Spirit. Oh geez, I can't remember what the name of the mic is, but it's a condenser mic. It's a lot more professional because what we did is we transitioned during the pandemic to actually recording the product at home, right? So I would recommend is move into a higher, like a condenser microphone is really what you need, a preamp and a condenser microphone. But I wouldn't necessarily worry terribly about your Blue Yeti at this point in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious in regards to like the
once the voices are recorded? Is it anything like music when it comes to like mastering, make it sound a little better, or is it just completely natural based off you?
Okay, now here's the thing, is everybody's gonna have a different opinion on that. My opinion is that to try to master every single audition that you do, to be a voice actor, your job is not to perform in the video game or the anime. That's the icing on the cake. Your job is to audition. Like that's 99% of the job is auditioning. Like that's our day-to-day is auditions, right? And then out of all those auditions, you might get one, right? And that's the gravy. So what I would say is to try to master every single audition that you do is gonna be pretty challenging to do. And also, you know, the production company may want to hear your raw take just so that they can take and work with it the way that they want to hear it too. Now, Sean Schemmel, who's the voice of Goku, would totally disagree with me. I had him over for dinner and I showed him my setup. Sean is an audiophile. Like he's got probably $100,000 worth of equipment. And he comes in and he looks at my setup and just goes, "Dear God." I'm like, what? He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." Okay. You know, so, but I tend to be more about the performance versus the manipulating the quality of the sound. All the way in the back.
What was it like voicing Robin for Fire Emblem Awakening? That
Oh.
was the first Fire Emblem game.
The first Fire Emblem Awakening. I loved that. Here's the how this panned out, right? I went in and like I just told this fine gentleman, it's your job as an actor is to audition, right? And so Fire Emblem Awakening was one of like probably dozens of auditions that I did during that time frame. And so I booked it and I was like, oh cool, Fire Emblem, never heard of it. Great. Went in, I recorded Robin for a total of 20 minutes and we were done. And so that recording, it was cool. I was like, oh, this is a cool video game. But I've also done many, many video games that you just never hear of again, right? And so I figured this was just one of those. Pardon me. And so I was like, okay, done, you know, great, I'll take the paycheck, bye. And it wasn't until I was at a convention, probably about 6 months after the release of Awakening, when everybody at my autograph table was bringing their Awakening cases. And I was like, what on earth? And so then I went back and I really got into the lore of Fire Emblem and Robin. And then I've been voicing Robin now for the past decade. So that character in that game, and what I had learned is that game was on its last leg. They were gonna cancel the franchise. And if it wasn't for Awakening and just how much momentum Awakening got, that franchise was going to be history. And so I'm so thankful to be a part of such an amazing franchise, and I've really embraced and fallen in love with Robin. One of my favorite characters that I've gotten to voice. I mean, I love everything about him, you know. Time to tip the scales. I love how, you know, straight up he is. He's just awesome. I just love him. All the way in the back there.
Yes, I've actually been dipping my toes in voice acting over the past year.
Great.
I've done a couple of jobs on like voices.com, mostly like e-learning and audiobook.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get more opportunities for like auditions for these like, you know, the video games and the anime, like the more fun stuff?
That's a great question, and that is the actor's conundrum, right? That's probably one of the biggest challenges of this industry, is that you have the talent, you have the chops, you've put in the work, you've taken the classes, you've networked, and getting the representation to find these auditions, that's the real challenge. And so what I would say is that take as many classes as you can. And when I say take classes, please take them from reputable people who have got credits to their name that you can Google them and you can see that they're industry professionals. Those are the people that you want to take classes from. There are a lot of people out there who'd be glad to take your money and tell you, you know, oh, that's great, good job. You know, you want to make sure that you're actually taking your classes and spending your hard-earned money with people who know what they're doing. Joe Zija is a great one. We've got Steve Bloom, Richard Horvitz, These are really wonderful people that I would highly recommend taking classes from. I used to teach when I had time. I have no time to teach right now. At some point in my career, I hope to return to it because I enjoy it thoroughly. But for now, it's not in my schedule. I just don't have the time to do it. But please take the classes from people who are highly reputable, because then you know you're getting the right kind of training. And in addition to that, all of that training is the networking. And I'll say that again, the networking, right? There is as much as you don't like to say it, nepotism is a big part of this industry. It's who you know, right? So it really is about that community. And thankfully now with the internet and Discord and all of these groups, the community is much more accessible these days than it was in the past. Yeah.
How do you deal with the intimidation of auditioning?
The intimidation of auditioning? I've been at this so long that I don't get intimidated, I just do it. It doesn't even occur to me at this point. Just do it! I'm kidding.
Do you have any advice for?
And are you, because you're experiencing that, yes. I would say as far as, look, somebody's gonna get that job. What's your name?
Oh, it's for him. But
For you, what's your name?
Nick.
Nick? Why shouldn't it be you? Somebody's gonna get that job. Why shouldn't it be you? What makes everybody else better than you? Have you put in the work? Have you put in the training?
Yeah.
Then you have every bit of a chance as everybody else that you're competing against. So that's what I say is you belong there, right? I look at it, the way that I look at it is I put in the work. If I haven't put in the work and I'm not comfortable because I haven't put in the work, then you're right, I should be intimidated. But if you prepare and you put in the work, there's no reason why you don't have every chance, pardon me, that everybody else does. Right back there.
If this ever happens to you, how often how long do you usually stay in character after playing the character?
Not unless I'm trying to torture my wife or annoy her with the voices that I do. No, typically, I will say, for instance, if there's a scene that's highly emotional, i.e., right, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers because I'm probably going to guarantee that somebody here hasn't seen it, so I don't want to say anything, but there's an emotional scene, right? And that was a scene that really